Cause after I made it, life went like a roller coaster. Cause it was like, boom, you thought you was way up, nigga. Like, get back down. It's like, all right, humble yourself. Then you would feel it again. You want to play the song. You're like, nah, you remember, like, this shit don't be up forever. Like, this shit comes with, shit be coming with some shit. Alright, cool. Anyway, I had this song called Down Bad.
I was down bad, had to get my money, y'all. I ain't out here playing, man. Ain't shit funny, cause lately I've been feeling like, man, I ain't done enough. Think I'm about everything I did, like, that just wasn't enough.
And the song basically was like a mental imprint of where I was at a certain place in my life.
My little fam with the team, I'm gon' ball. I had a plan, I needed time, I had to stop. That shit was sweet, but then it turned sour.
And that video, it was like real, it was so authentic. Like, that was like a normal day in the neighborhood. Like, it was like no acting. It was like, all right, everybody here, start shooting. Like,
Just record.
Like, yeah, straight up, we just told them, just record. Like, we just gonna do this, record. So, after I dropped out of college, that's the neighborhood I was staying in. And basically, like the song said, like, that was probably like one of the worst times in my life. Like, I was like, damn, I had just dropped out and I'm by myself. Like, it was like a survival instinct type of thing. But like, you in the environment that it was in, it was like, man, I can't believe I went from feeling like I was at the top to what the fuck am I doing here?
So my nigga get the bag, I be damn if I finish last. I'm with first class, don't gotta scream it out, nigga. Just peep the test. I keep it all the way 100, that's why I'm screaming facts. And this is real life, I ain't just writing raps.
I don't even know if I was there for a whole year, cause I had got a radio freestyle Friday on, was it 97.5 in Raleigh? Yeah. So after that, my homeboy had a homeboy in Cali, and he saw the Freestyle Friday shit and was like, oh, this nigga's serious. So he was like, you got a video you wanna shoot? And instantly, like, Tropicana came to mind, cause it was like, of course, besides AceDon, like, Tropicana was my biggest song at the time. And I waited to shoot the video because it was like, I just didn't have the funds for my vision. Like, I knew exactly how I wanted the video to go, but I just didn't have the resources. It's beautiful, a lot of shit. Like, if I just get the resources, like, I'm gonna make some magic. He was like, yeah. We started talking about shooting the video, and this is going on for about 3 months, like planning the video and everything. And I'm in North Carolina, he all the way in Cali, and we like just collaborating, like trying to make. So then I guess it was a mindset change, like, you know what I'm saying? It was like, oh, I can see myself getting out this hole. Like, I can see life getting better. Like, I was just on the radio, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to go to Cali and shoot a video, and I paid for it. Like, so I'm like, I'm feeling like I'm up. Like, I'm like, so I heard that beat. I don't even know, I can't even remember who produced that beat, but when I heard it, when that beat dropped, it was just like a pressure off. It was like a, all right, you know how like on Dragon Ball Z, there was always another villain? there was always something. There was something always bigger to get over than the last time. That's basically how my life's been. Like every time where I felt like there was I ain't never gonna make it through this shit type moment, I made it through that shit. And then something greater happened. And then I made it through that shit. And then it was just a cycle of like, bruh, see it through. Like, the only way to get through it is to get through it. Like, and if you got the will, you gonna get through it. Like, especially when my neck and my back was broken, bro. Like, I ain't never think some shit like that was gonna happen to me. It was probably, it was a lot of things. Like, I was on vacation. A situation had happened, and when I got access to the motorcycle, I guess that was like my release. Like, not in a suicidal way, like, oh, I'm gonna hurt myself. But when I was on a bike, I literally, like, I was free. Like, and I stopped thinking about everything. Like, I wasn't even thinking about being on a bike. So, like, it was a long road in the neighborhood, and I rode the bike all the way to the dead end, turned that bitch around, and I just gunned that shit. Like, I'm just changing gears, like, and I ain't even thinking about nothing. Like, I'm not, when I say, like, I won't think like I won't think of, you know how you be driving and you forget that you driving, you don't remember where you going and none of that? It was one of them moments. And then I flew past my mom and my little sister, and that's when I realized how fast I was going. And that's when I snapped back into reality. I was going 81 miles per hour. I ain't had no helmet on, I ain't had no shirt. And the thing about it was I didn't know the neighborhood either, like, cause my mom just moved down there. So it was cars on both sides of the streets, and I rode, but I wasn't an experienced rider, so I was like, oh hell no, cause I didn't even know if a car was coming. So I rode the bike into somebody's yard actually, and I just had two thoughts: don't die in front of your mom and your little sister, and don't hit nothing, cause you don't got the money to pay for anything. So I was like, you gotta slide this bitch, and I slid the fuck out that bike. Like, I don't know how, but whatever I mentally wanted to do, I did exactly that. Like, and I just remember, like, I'm sliding, like, this is me, and this is the bike, and we just sliding in the grass. I'm sliding on my back, and I'm looking at the bike coming at me, like, and this is going full speed, like, but in my head, like, everything going slow. Like, and I'm just like, damn, bruh. Like, that's, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't got no words. It's like, yo, I can't believe you just did that shit. But it reminded me of, like, Dragon Ball Z when somebody get hit, and then you just see the, like, the dirt separate, the ground separate, and then their body moving. It was like that. Like, that was the imprint on the grass. It was just like my body, like, and then my head stopped right before the concrete. Like I remember looking, and I could have put my head down on the concrete, like, but my body, like, I had just stopped, like, because I was looking at my body sliding, my head didn't touch the concrete. But if I would have had my head down, it would have been all that. And then I remember I just hopped up because I didn't want my mom and my little sister to think anything was wrong. And I couldn't breathe. So I'm thinking that I had punctured a lung or something. Like, I'm thinking I had broke a lung or something. I'm walking, like, trying to talk, like, trying to, like, you know, let everybody know I'm good. Like, I just gotta catch my breath. I ain't catch my breath. So I remember I opened the doors, I get inside, and I just collapse on the floor. And I'm laying with my arms like that. Like, I'm like, I just need to goddamn catch a breather. So my mom and my little sister, they're like, you need to go to the hospital. But I'm like, nah, I ain't gonna go to the hospital. Like, my mom had just cooked too. I was like, let me just eat first. She had made some barbecue. I think it was ribs or some chicken. It was some barbecue something. Some collard greens, some macaroni and cheese, and some cornbread. And I remember picking it, whatever the meat was, I remember trying to pick it up, and I couldn't lift my arms up. Like, it was like this. It's like, I couldn't go no further, like, and I was just like, all right, I'll go to the hospital.